All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have been asking me to do this. So this is a compilation of the top 10 4-octave test mouthpieces that I have. So this is not going to be the best Altissimo mouthpiece. Being able to play this 4-octave spread really gives me a nice idea of how balanced the mouthpiece is throughout a 4-octave range. So this test is going to be the top 10 that has a type of balance in the low, mid, upper, all the way up through Altissimo. So number 10 is going to be this Doorn V16T6 mouthpiece. This is by far one of the easiest mouthpieces to actually play Altissimo on. However, I think that it does it with a little bit too much of a low end bias. Okay, check this out. Altissimo seems to be really easy. Let's choose 4 octaves. Okay. Coming in at number 9 is the Claude Lakey 6-Star 3. This mouthpiece really surprised me, but I do think it still has a bit of a bias between the low end and the Altissimo range. It can be played very balanced, but inherently there is a type of bias that's there. All right, check this out. Okay, this next one is the Theowani Metal Data. And I wish I would have been able to get a 7 instead of a 9 with this mouthpiece, because ultimately the tip opening was just too much. I like to think that if I got a 7, this thing would rank much, much higher. However, it still does have a little bit of a low end heaviness there, but I really liked it with this mouthpiece. All right, check this out. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have the mouth cannon, the T55 Doorn Jumbo Java. Now, although this mouthpiece is absolutely blastomatic, it is consistently that throughout the entire range. And we're starting to get into the sweet spot now. All right, check this one out. Coming in at number 6, ladies and gentlemen, is the Ishimori Hard Rubber 7. The only reason why I think this mouthpiece ranks as low as it does, with it being one of my absolute favorite mouthpieces, is because that initial attack is a bit resistant with this mouthpiece. And I think it does help throughout the entire range at keeping it balanced, but just the next mouthpieces are just easier to do. All right, check this out. Now we're at the top 5, ladies and gentlemen, and coming in at number 5 is the Autolink Supertone Master 7. This Autolink actually speaks for the other metal Autolinks that I have, which is a Supertone Master from the 1990s and also the modern vintage metal Autolink mouthpiece. These mouthpieces really are very good at playing Altissimo. In fact, it was so comfortable, I even missed a note and I could just grab it right from the top and then play the right note on the way down. I was like, wow, this is pretty easy. Okay, let's continue. Coming in at number 4, which is actually my main mouthpiece that I use, the Van Doorn gold-plated V16T6. And the reason why, considering that half the Altissimo videos that I've done have been done using this mouthpiece, but the reason why it comes in at only number 4, I talked about this when I did the review of this mouthpiece, is that it does have this type of unconventional low-end bias. I think that just the design, with it being a small chamber mouthpiece, it just has this type of low end kind of stuffiness, I guess. I like it, but I think nowadays I'm kind of missing having that really traditional style low end subtone type of thing, but it does have a little bit of a low end bias there. All right, let's continue. Coming in at number 3, ladies and gentlemen, is the Berg Larsen 100/0 SMS mouthpiece. Now, this mouthpiece is one of the only ones, this one and the one that ranks number 2, is one of the only ones that actually comes in with a tip opening a bit too low. And the fact that this thing ranks as high as it does with a tip opening that's too low is telling you something really special about this mouthpiece. It ranks really high because of its balance, and also it is a really easy mouthpiece to play. So if I were to get another one, I would definitely go for around a 110/0. I'll probably wind up getting one of the vintage ones. I think they may have a duck bill. Don't quote me on that though. But I think if I got around a 110 with a duck bill, modern vintage Berg Larsen, that'll be something really special. Okay, check this out. Coming in at number 2, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while and been checking out my videos, most of the stuff that I've done has been done with this older but not vintage metal Brillheart number 7. Now, Brillheart does not use the same type of Autolink tip opening number comparison. This 7 is a lot closer to an 85 or a 5-star tip opening. And the fact that I was able to do all of this to really learn, to really fine tune all my Altissimo using a 5-star metal mouthpiece is really, really saying a lot. In fact, the only reason why I wanted to move away from it, because it's so rare and hard to replace, and also because the tip opening was too low. I didn't really know how much of a discrepancy that 7 would be against anything else, but that's essentially the only real reason why I even stopped playing it. Okay, check this out. This is going to be 4 octaves. Piece of cake. And coming in at number 1, ladies and gentlemen, there's actually 2 mouthpieces, but they're almost the same. And these are the new TAM mouthpieces from Garosugil. These mouthpieces are incredible. There's the silver plated and the gold plated. So these are the only mouthpieces that I've ever played that really feel like you just don't really need to worry about what kind of chamber is going on. I felt like it was the best of all chambers with none of the problems. So these mouthpieces were fantastic throughout the entire range of the instrument, and the Altissimo was just blindingly easy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Okay, all right. This is the gold plated. Okay, that's all I got for you, ladies and gentlemen. So I think next up, I'm going to start up doing the melodic minor ascending version scales in the Altissimo register for you guys. I went back and forth with whether or not I was going to do something like that with those scales, but they are absolutely fundamental if you are learning jazz in any capacity whatsoever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you. See ya!